Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I think I have about one more minute here and gonna get things going, starting live with my session Brain Work Makes the Change Work. So here we go. Yeah. Good morning. I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you, Janice and your team, for all the hard work you're doing behind the scenes to make this happen, create this space for women to share wisdom with one another. I'm so grateful for this time. And I hope all of you will enjoy this session on Brain Work Makes the Change Work. I'm Jennifer Montgomery. I'm a professional certified change capable coach and also positive mental fitness pioneer coach. And I have been helping individuals not just manage change, but rise through it using the power of positive mental fitness. I have been helping thousands of leaders and teams and individuals manage through change, dating back about 28 years in my career, and spanning across the top 3 Fortune 100 IT companies in the world. And I'm excited to share, though, what I have learned over the past decade about how, at the core of making change work, is really how our brains work. So I want to begin the session with a word association game. What comes to your mind when I say the word change? Post in comments. What comes to mind when I'm saying the word change? Well, most people say things like it's constant, consistent, inevitable, which it is, right? And it makes me wonder if change is so constant. Why do so many people struggle with it? Let's be honest. Change today is not slowing down. It's accelerating, right? So, and as women, we are navigating more change than ever, whether in our personal or professional lives, from physical, financial, mental, and social shifts. I hear women say all the time they're overwhelmed, burnt out, exhausted. Does any of this resonate with you? Post in the comments what you're feeling when you're going through an enormous amount of change. Well, it's no wonder. It's not you, it's your brain. What do I mean by this? Well, when faced with change, a signal is sent down a neural pathway that by default is responsible for us being in primal state. It's that fight, flight, freeze state because it's larger and stronger than any others due to its overusage that actually dates back to our ancestors. And this can actually be seen in fMRIs. Neuroscientists have been studying this for years with advanced imagery. They can see the larger, stronger neural pathway. And this means that even when change is good, what do? We resist it. Type resist in the comments. It's our autopilot mode that sends us into resisting change. But it's our choice to stay in resistance. And this is what leads to stagnation, missed opportunities, and stifled growth. And oh gosh, sorry. I'm being distracted and I get so frustrated and stressed. I'm so sorry.
Try doing PQ reps. Um, it will help you feel more calm. Like rub your fingers together or go around your other fingers, and it makes your mind go from the bad side to the good side.
Oh, okay. Thanks for reminding me about that, Elijah. All right, I'm going to try it. Thank you. right? So, as you can see, can you close my door, bud? Uh, I deal with these interruptions with my 9-year-old grandson, unfortunately, frequently. But it's okay. What's evident is I have a 9-year-old grandson here in my household. But what may not be evident is that my husband and I have had full-time legal guardianship of him for the past 6 years. And this was a life changing event for us as a couple who we were at the time really super excited about being empty nesters. And we were on our path of being, doing what we wanted to do when we wanted to do it, having the freedom to come and go with our two children, having been raised and gone out of the house. And we were really enjoying it. And so this has been a true resiliency building opportunity for us to be in this position that we found ourselves in, to needing to make that decision about 6 years ago to take legal full time guardianship and have him be with us permanently. And this has not been easy. This has turned our world upside down. We did not want this to happen. We put it off for as long as we could, and by doing so, we were really in resistance to this change. We were resisting it, creating our own stress, um, many arguments, and sleepless nights between my husband and I. Our brain was telling us this is too much, right? This is not what we expected. It's not fair. And we didn't like these negative emotions hijacking us almost really like on a daily basis, the anger, frustration, resentment. And we knew we had to do something. We knew we needed to make a change. Our mind needed to change. We were doing all the healing work. We were leaning into meditating together, therapy, prayer. I mean, we did it all. And many things worked. They really, a combination of all of them work and still do work. Yet, the resistance and negative emotions continued to resurface and haunt us. And we knew we needed to do something different. And in 2020, I was invited to join a positive intelligence cohort for coaches to learn Shirzad Chamane's PQ framework to use in our coaching practices. And this is where I learned to shift from my resistant state to a more positive, powerful state using the positive intelligence operating system. Positive intelligence, which is what we also refer to as PQ, is your ability to respond to life's challenges with positive, resilient mind. You can read more about Shirzad's research and findings in his book, Positive Intelligence. But I want to kind of get back to how the brain works. So remember the neural network I talked about that signals how to respond to change? This complex signaling system is going to one of two different parts of our brain. One being our survive region, which you may also have heard as the lizard or analytic brain, and the other, the thrive, which is also referred to as the empathy circuitry. This reminds me of a story I've told my grandson since he was a toddler. It's about these two wolves live inside us and they are at battle with one another. One is filled with joy, peace, love, gratitude. The other is filled with fear, anger, stress, doubt. And the question becomes, which one wins? And the answer is the one you feed the most. But instead of it being one wolf controlling all these negative thoughts and thought patterns in that survive region, it's 10 saboteurs, which these are our automatic negative responses to change rooted in fear, stress, and judgment. If you're familiar with Brene Brown's work, she refers to these negative thoughts and voices as gremlins, She also refers to them, I even like this phrase better, as the shitty committee. And they are. The other region is thrive. In PQ, we call this inner sage. And this is where you're calm, curious, even in challenging situations. So, how does this work? We all have one master saboteur that leads the way for the rest, the other nine. And she gets this, gets us going, and she also enlists these other nine to help her generate and keep us in stress, guilt, self doubt, frustration, and burnout. This saboteur we call the judge. And the judge has three modes. I'm going to show you an image of the judge just so you can, the judge. The judge has three modes of operating: judging us through judging ourselves, judging others, and judging circumstances. Do you recognize the judge in any of these areas in your life today? Do you hear a voice saying, you should be further along? What's wrong with you? Or why can't those other people get it together? Everyone else is messing my life up. Why can't they stop messing with me? Or maybe it's this situation is a disaster. It's so bad. Like earlier in my, as I began my talk, my grandson interrupting me, distracting me. My judge said, oh my gosh, this is so bad. This is going to be a disaster. Post in comments if any of these areas resonate with you. Which area resonates with you and what's going on with yourself? Is it judgment of self, others, circumstances? You might be asking by now, well, what are the other nine saboteurs? Who are they? Well, I'll show you another image. It might be a little difficult to see, but here are the nine. In my husband's, in my case, we were deep in saboteur avoider and pleaser. As the saboteurs we were being hijacked by in our situation, with resisting needing to take full time guardianship of our grandson. And you don't have to guess at which ones might be hijacking you, though. If you stay with me until the end, I'll share with you how you can find out through a quick, easy 5-minute assessment which saboteurs are most active in you. So, what do we do about this autopilot resistance response to change? We need to work on strengthening our self command muscle. This is the part of your brain that lets you notice what's happening, catch the negative emotion, pause, and shift to be able to choose a different, wiser response. It's like putting your hand on a hot stove, feeling that pain, and pulling it off before it burns you. Every time you practice this, a noticing of negative emotions, shifting to a more wiser response, you can actually create a biological shift in your brain that makes you feel more calm, clear, laser focused, and capable of reducing your resistance to change and being more resilient. And the more you do it, the more often you practice, the more often you do it, this becomes your new baseline, and you'll get there quicker and easier over time. And the good news is you can strengthen this self command muscle with what you heard my grandson describe earlier, which are called PQ reps. And today I want to show you how to do this. So I want us to do this together. I want you to think of a current situation creating negative, really strong negative emotions in you right now, creating stress, frustration, anxiety, maybe overwhelm. Think of a situation that's really creating those negative emotions, and Now, you got it? What are you thinking? Pay attention to your thoughts. What are those negative thoughts that are coming into your mind? What are you feeling? What emotions are those negative thoughts creating? And where in your body are you feeling it? And maybe your chest is tightening. My throat clenches up. Maybe your heart is racing. Your shoulders are tensing up. Okay, now I know this is uncomfortable, but bear with me. I would like to invite you to close your eyes if you are in a safe and comfortable place to do so. And let's start focusing on our breath, slowing down a little bit, really focusing on that in breath as you're inhaling, the sensations that you're feeling. Inhale through your nostrils. Feel that cool air, and as you exhale, feel that warmth of the air exiting your body. And let's do this again, focusing intently on the inhale and the sensation of the air entering your nostrils. And as you release, just relax any tension you might be holding in your forehead, jaw, shoulders. Now I want you to pay attention to your fingertips. Do what my grandson mentioned earlier. Take your pointer finger and your thumb and press them together ever so with such a tension that you can feel the fingerprints rubbing your fingers back and forth. Focus on the sensation of touch. Is it friction or smooth? Is there temperature? What's the temperature? Do you hear a sound? Let's shift our attention to sound. What is the sound you hear furthest away? Now, what is the sound you hear closest? Is it the rubbing of your fingers? Is it the sound of your breath? Relax your hand and open your eyes if you had them closed. And I'd like to ask you, do you feel any differently after doing this exercise? Post in the comments what you feel now, different from what you might have felt when we first started the exercise. Most people report feeling calmer. But whether you noticed a shift or not, in less than a minute with this PQ rep, you weakened the saboteur region of your brain and strengthened your inner sage. That is how we begin to rewire our response to change. And hopefully you can see how building resilience is not about willpower. It's about strengthening mental muscle. Just like going to the gym, we don't build strength in one workout. The same is true here. Building the self-command muscle takes constant and consistent daily practice. It's important to understand the shifting to sage doesn't mean we are denying reality. It's just that we see it differently. We're learning to see it differently. Learning this was a game changer for my husband and I back in 2020. Again, when we were really looking for how to shift and go through our situation, mitigate the resistance, and develop resilience by shifting our perspective about this life event we were experiencing. And we learned and practiced by doing this, by asking powerful questions like, who knows what is good or bad? Asking questions like this created just enough distance from our judge to shift our perspective. And in turn, we could begin building that self command muscle. One of the top things resilient people have in common is they maintain a positive outlook by believing that life has meaning. Now, I'm going to wrap up here real quick because I'm out of time and I want to allow time for the next session. But a way that you can continue to stay in sage and ask and find them that have that belief of life having meaning is to ask what could be the gift and opportunity that might be hidden here. And this again creates that space between the judge and allows you to shift to sage. Again, it doesn't mean you are ignoring pain. It doesn't mean you're stuffing down your emotions. It means you're opening to possibility. This isn't toxic positivity, it's pattern interrupt. And that is what we want to help you. I want to help you understand today. We want to interrupt that negative thought pattern. So, as we wrap up here today, I want to invite you to take this deeper by taking the Saboteur assessment. And if you can type Saboteur in the chat, you can also direct message me after hearing this, whether you're listening to it live or listening to the record. Private message me and I can send you the link to the Saboteur assessment. And then we can follow up with a free, this is a free assessment. We can follow up with a free discovery call that I would love to have with you so that we can go deeper and truly understand and uncover the powerful insights that can help you approach change from a different perspective. Because change is not going away, but suffering through it, that's optional. And when you strengthen your mental muscle, you don't just survive change, you rise through it. Thank you all for being with me during this time today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.